Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in the San Gabriel Valley today, joined by Ray Musser. He is the mayor of Upland, a city just inside San Bernardino County on the other side of Claremont, which is in LA County. Tell us a bit about beautiful Upland, California.
Upland is about 110 years old, nestled just south of the mountains, as you say, just in San Bernardino County. When I came there 58 years ago, it was
Really?
58
Tell us about it 58 years ago.
Well, it was 10,000 residents. Everything else was groves.
Right.
And now we have 12,000 students, so it's changed a little bit.
What institutions? Is it K through 12 institutions, or do you have it?
K through 12, it's 12,000.
But you have 12,000 students, and you have 76,000
residents, right.
That's a real city. I mean,
That's
to
a real
me, I mean, God bless all cities, but anything over 50,000, you're having to get involved in some serious governmental action.
And we're blessed because of water. The Chaffee brothers brought 4 rows of trees the whole way through Upland, Ontario, and the water still flows today through that same pipe.
Can I tell you, I had the honor recently of interviewing Assessor Bob Dutton of San Bernardino County, and we did a whole half hour about the Chaffee brothers.
Yes.
And what they did to benefit Ontario, Etiwanda,
Right.
and I didn't realize Upland was also a beneficiary of
They
that.
also have a city in Australia.
Right, I knew that.
Mildura.
Right, I knew this. I wouldn't have noticed.
Exactly laid out.
And they were very involved in Imperial County.
Yeah.
Which, so, we're true history buffs, or at least amateur history buffs.
Yeah, how they moved around in their day, I'll never know.
Exactly. So let's talk about, it's an issue that permeates all of California, and it deals with housing. And I recently learned that California is facing a housing crisis.
That is correct.
We have the issue of affordable housing. We're not talking about that in the traditional sense. We have homelessness. We're not talking about that in a traditional sense. We're talking about market rate housing. We are simply not building enough homes for the demand. And when you think about that kind of LA County, San Bernardino County line, I mean, that's a great place to be, I would presume. Give us a sense of how Upland is looking to take advantage of the need and desire for new housing, market rate housing.
Okay, just when you cross the county line, the prices do drop considerably, tax-wise, property-wise. And in this case, there's 318 single homes being built by the Lewis Group and KB Homes, a combination, and they will be right there on Route 66, as close to Claremont almost as you can get.
Right.
And it's just a fabulous, we have many other builders as well, but this one I think is unique in the fact that it is going to be gated, it's going to be have gardens, you'll be able to eat your landscaping.
I like it. You can grow.
I've never done that.
You can grow.
Yeah, grow.
What's remarkable about this development, in my mind, is the price point. To find a home in the $400,000 to $500,000 range in the Los Angeles County, San Bernardino County basin, you're not seeing that anymore. No. You're not seeing it in Claremont.
No.
I don't know if you're seeing it in Montclair or wherever it may be, but Upland, I mean, this is a thriving community that offers the best of both worlds. You're close enough to Riverside, you're close enough to Los Angeles, you're close enough to San Bernardino, and you can get a home for $400,000 to $500,000 as part of this development.
That is tremendous. It's just, we're very excited about that.
So how did this come to pass? Because to build 318 homes, that's quite a commitment. And we mustn't forget that Upland was in the maelstrom of the recession, just like this entire region. And so to get someone to commit to this is quite a statement.
The Lewis Group is one of the bigger builders of homes. Not anymore. They are more into commercial. They now ask KB Homes and others to actually
Coppin
build
Road,
them.
we know them well.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been in the planning at least 5 years. That's why. It's been a long, slow process.
But think about it, 5 years. 5 years ago, it's 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, the foreclosure crisis was in full swing.
Full swing.
Not quite as bad, I presume, in Upland, but it was there. I mean, it wasn't Hesperia, for example. But still, they were committed to this.
Yeah.
They stuck with it.
Yeah.
And I presume, because you're doing it, Not many communities in this region have the land for 318.
That's right.
So what was there?
Well, it was open land.
Space.
It was open space there, and they took advantage of it. Their home office is right in Upland.
Just coincidentally.
Yeah.
Well, it's a nice coincidence. Maybe not such a coincidence.
It's nice to have the Lewis
Right.
Group in Upland all these years.
Right.
And most of their projects were not in Upland, so this was one of their first major.
The challenge becomes if you're building 318 homes, you're adding, 1,000 people at least. I can only imagine the number of cars you're adding, 500. So talk us through the process of making sure that while you add these beautiful homes, you're not putting so much pressure on the transportation systems with, sister city Claremont in LA County and other cities in San Bernardino County.
I don't think that will be a problem because Monte Vista is almost an unused street on the northwest.
Okay.
And that's your northeast, and that takes you right up to the 210 freeway. You're only about a mile, about 3/4 of a mile from the 210. You want to go down to the 10, then you're more than a mile. You're probably a mile and a half.
Now, is it solely homes in this development, or are there condos? What are the?
Well, it's the 318 homes, but then you have this garden area where they actually will have orchards and trees and things for you to grow.
It's a complete community.
It is a complete community, and then a recreation with a pool, like most of the developments, and it just is fabulous.
I want to get a sense, if I may, about the rental market, because look, in the final analysis, while $500,000 is a bargain, one could argue, in the greater Southern California region, that's still a nice amount of money.
It's a nice amount.
And Upland is close to Claremont, with all of its universities, APU, Citrus. I mean, you're well situated for a lot of these higher education institutions. Are you looking towards developing rentals? Because look, the rental market is also crushed. LA County, for example, I mean, you're basically there, a vacancy rate of under 3%.
We're not really looking for rentals in this case.
Talk to us about that.
Well,
Is Upland just not that community?
no, we want ownership.
Right.
We did have the Hutton development south of this project at Arrow and Monte Vista. Right at the depression or recession, put 300 and some apartments in there.
How'd they do?
They did fine.
Oh,
They're
good.
90% filled.
Amen.
And they were high end. Who filled them? Claremont faculty members.
Which makes sense.
It's right there.
I mean, it's literally right
So,
there.
Yes, I would say 60% of the people will come from Claremont
Now, what about
or west.
Right.
I'm
What
sorry.
about the catalytic consequences of this? Are we seeing some businesses pop up, more grocery stores, dry cleaners, movie theaters, restaurants?
Yes, you will see that. You obviously service kinds of
Right.
Organizations. Yes.
And is that already in the pipeline?
Yes. When you go up to Baseline and the freeway, there's a new plaza being built up there called Sycamore.
Right.
And we have a wholesale grocery store coming in there. They're hard to get.
Fantastic. When will these homes be available? When can we start looking? When can we start putting bids on them? Talk to us.
I would say next spring we should have quite a few for sale.
The model homes
The
that we
model
can
homes
see.
will be there, yes.
And I presume the K-12 schools are amongst the best in the region.
Oh, yes, that's the strength of
That's
Upland.
right, that's the
You know, Upland and Claremont and Redlands are
Right.
considered the top in the
like it.
education. And we love that. Being on the Azusa Pacific Board of Trustees,
Oh, I forgot, I didn't know that.
education is important.
I like it. His name is Ray Musser. He is the mayor of beautiful Upland, California. My name is Brad Pomerance. You're watching us on Charter Local Edition.